Rando fact, go. Jeez.
No. Okay, random fact. But I don't think it's true because there's a different variation of this random fact.
Oh, great.
I know. But I'm going to pull up my trusty, dusty phone. My wee little phone.
Thank you for saying that.
My wee little phone. And my beard
That's what she said.
My beard just hit the mic.
I don't care anymore. Mike is a sea sucker, Adam. Yeah, I wasn't brave enough to write the full word. Just in case somehow it got on the internet somewhere.
Well, I heard as I was going to the bathroom beforehand the thing you called me.
What?
A CUNT.
I did not.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. As I was walking up.
Gosh, did I? I was. The pre-show is going to be full of swear words. Okay, what's your random fact?
So, according to whichever website I pulled this from a month ago, and I pulled all the facts,
Which is all legit because it's on the internet.
It has if it's on the internet, it has to be true.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what she said. That was Michael Scott line. Michael Scott said something like that.
Yeah, he did.
So this says the ancient Romans used to drop a piece of toast in their wine for good health, hence why we raise a toast. I have heard it was because if you were drinking with somebody and you didn't know if they'd poisoned your drink, you would toast, and then your alcohol would go in theirs and it would spill.
It would spill.
Yeah.
That seems more legit.
I know. So whoever, I think this was Cosmopolitan, actually, to be honest.
I snotted.
Back in December, I was like, okay, random facts, and came up with facts, and there we go. Random factoid. That could be true. Either they put toast in it, don't believe it, or
okay,
this is their way of testing them.
Here's a stupid question.
Yeah.
How did they make toast back then? I mean, I know they had fire, but I mean, like,
okay, so camping, I've actually toasted with a lantern type of thing. There's an attachment that goes on a lantern. Why am I popping?
I don't know. I guess this Cosmo's not legit.
I don't know if it's Cosmo. It was something like that.
You said Cosmopolitan. You made me snot.
I think it's Cosmopolitan. Not 100% sure.
Either way.
Oh, yeah. And so there's a lantern, but it had this little attachment, and you put the bread on there, and the lantern would toast it.
Oh, so it would just bring it close to the lantern to get the heat?
So if this was the lantern, it would hold it, and then it would toast the side. You'd pick it up, and you'd do the other side, and boom, bada bing, you had toast.
Man, these are some great comments tonight. Wasn't toast invented in the 1930s?
No.
That was from Adam. And Megan says, does the Bible have a bread recipe?
Yes.
He doesn't know it, though. He's not that religious.
Yeah, I'm only half religious.
Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV is the sponsor of this show. We can't thank them enough for supporting us. If you want to reach out to them, it's 532-6600 or irvines.com. You can get all your shit fixed right the first time. I want you to notice the ad for Irvine's this week and tell me who wrote that ad, because you know it wasn't me.
Megan.
Jason Gerald used Chat GPPQ, and it's incredible.
You're just going to start doing everything.
Dude, I took your description for this last week's show.
Yeah.
I didn't change it, but I played around with it a little bit. I took the title and played around with it a little bit. It's really fun.
What now I just need to do for titles, just put in random themes that we talk about and let it decide the title.
I mean, you have to tell it exactly what to do. It's smart, but it's stupid. Like if you would say if you were talking to your kid and you would have to say brush your teeth, and then you would have to say, by brushing I mean move back and forth.
Oh, okay.
But once it because you log in with your Google account, and it learns how you write and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I am gonna read the ad real quick. That what the fuck? Hold on. Pause. Fill the time.
Here's some filler content. Chat GPT.
Okay, I'll read the one that I wrote. Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid sponsors our show, and we can't thank them enough. They are the best in the business for car repair. Call them at 532-6600 or irvines.com. Okay, I mean, it's shortened to this point. This week's ad. Are you in need of reliable and professional car services? Look no further than Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid. Our sponsor for the show, Irvine's, is the best in the business, and we can't thank them enough for the support. With experienced technician and state-of-the-art equipment, they will get your car back on the road in no time. Don't just take our word for it. Give them a call at 532-6600 or visit their website at irvines.com to see for yourself why they are the go-to choice for all your car repair needs. Trust Irvines for all your car repair needs. That was one time I asked to revise it.
Theirs is better.
Theirs is way better.
1000%. There was a hook. There was
Yes.
a hook, and then it was, they're our sponsor.
I said write it as an ad.
Oh man, so much better.
I know, so much better. I did see it as a little repeat when it says for all your car repair needs, and then it says trust Irvines for all your car repair needs. So I probably could have tweaked it, but isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it was way better than.
And then you can say, I don't like that. Revise it again, and it'll redo its magic.
Think how much easier my part of the show is going to be.
I know. I mean, you can start editing. Like you can take that load off.
I
me.
could.
That's
Would
what
be
she
so,
said. Yes. I said you can take that
yes.
load off of me.
Yep.
Perfect.
Well played.
Well played.
I forgot.
We were talking about how you don't have to do anything anymore.
Oh, but like if I were to edit the show, you would hate it. You would not want to listen.
It's not that hard.
I know, but like you're picky.
Yeah. I would definitely encourage you to use that chat GPT, I think it's called. I mean, it's good to tweak it. You might as well. I mean, our goal is to create more listeners. If a snazzy title or a whatever does it, who gives a shit?
You know what, though? The titles that don't have our names do worse.
Yes, we have noticed that.
Because the one wasn't the last one, but the one before tanked again.
Since this season?
Yep.
Or in January?
Yep.
Oh, and it didn't have our names?
The one with the 39 hours in bed and perverted orthodontist.
Oh, you're right.
But it didn't have her name in it. So apparently people love her name. I don't know why.
See, what I don't understand is you can't talk to these people. How are these people not like, do they see so they so that's all. Oh, that was a bunch of sentences. Then I wonder, are you getting it automatically downloaded? Okay. Does that count as a stat for me? I mean, here I am, a podcast editor and trying to create a business, and no one knows, because if certain amount of people get it downloaded, is it only when you hit play that it gets it?
Spotify would only be when it's played, because it doesn't download
That's
it.
true.
It just has it there ready for you.
So that makes sense. So people see the title and like, not this week.
Yep.
Them motherfuckers.
I know. So we have to have our name, which makes we're not vain. But
no.
we've just noticed when we include our name,
it's 100% true.
You actually listen, people. So,
although, except the only caveat is episode 200, because I do see my name. Our names are both in there, and it just tanked.
That's because that was a special episode.
Yeah.
No one likes special episodes of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But this one I'm talking about is not much better than that one.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways,
episode 203. So if you're listening and want to go back and listen to a good episode, but
that is a good episode,
doesn't have our name, you should go back.
You know what? No, Adam, don't listen to this after you watch it live. Just hit play for 10 seconds and dump that shit.
Please just push play.
I do that on mine. I don't I already listen. I do it, then I listen, and then I edit it. Do you think I'm going to listen to it again?
So this past week's was one of the first I actually listened to parts of in a long time.
Did you?
Yeah, it was actually decent.
So what we should do?
It was a terrible start. Anyways.
Okay, hold on.
Yep. Bring us back to reality.
No, I'm not bringing us back. I'm going on another sidetrack. So we're going to take that title.
Okay.
And we're going to go to Chat GPT and see what it does. The one that doesn't have our names in it.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's okay. Hopefully it's not down. It's so busy. Sometimes it just like can't handle it.
Wow. So it's Google that made this so far?
No, it's not Google.
But you use your Google account.
To log it in. Okay. Here we go. Enter. I'll probably edit some of this out. I say that every time. I never add anything out.
Drinking game of threads. Natalie, as soon as Jason says he's going to edit it out and does it, you drink. So everybody who's listening, you must take a shot of something, because Jason said, I'm going to edit it out. Take a shot.
Damn it.
What'd you do?
I don't know. It just
Did you break your computer?
No, it just gave me a freaking error. It says you request a model that is not compatible with this engine. What? All right. Maybe we'll try it another time. It's okay, one more time. What is it? This is all right. Never mind. It's again, it's like a toddler. You have to tell it
create a title. using these words. What about that?
Yeah, it's doing something stupid. Hold on.
Sure. It's
got to finish doing its thing. There are several ways to approach the question of how to use social media effectively for business. Here are a few categories to consider. That's what it's putting out. Like, did it hear us? Like, that's weird.
That would be weird. What if it's listening all of the time?
Stop. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Okay, paste. And then if you put it like beforehand, revise this title. All right, this will be the last time, I swear, and then we're moving on. Okay. The misconception of an orthodontist, a 39-hour bed rest experience, a look into Ottawa County. I think part of the problem is the way you have is that a semicolon where it's boom, boom? I think that throws it off a little bit.
I think it does. It probably thinks it's code.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Ben said that you should write the title without all that and then put it in and then decide how you want to break it up from there.
Okay.
But anyways, so that was a fun little experiment.
Chat something BT. Chat BT?
Yeah, I think so. Chat.
You end up sending the link. Other people can find the link.
Chat GPT. I don't know what that stands for. So
Google Photos.
Something like that.
Yeah. So a poll. What is this poll about?
Yeah, I'm all over the place. So the poll is, I was just finding today when I was watching TikToks, do you read the words when they're up there or do you look at what's going on?
Mostly read the words.
Is it because someone's talking? If it was an action video, if you were watching a dash cam video and someone was talking in the car, you wouldn't read the words, would you?
Sometimes. It depends on if I missed a word. I'm like, wait, what is that? Then I'll rewatch and do that.
Yeah, I find that I read the words too, and it's very awkward to look at the person, but then I feel like I'm not giving that, even though it's not live, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not giving that person the whatever it is, unless it's boobs. I mean, let's be honest with you. If it's boobs, I'm looking right at the boobs. I do not care what she's saying.
That's all Jason is looking at. Doesn't matter what else. The world could blow up around
so
it.
So it sounds like we both read the words.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, Sully really enjoys watching all television shows with subtitles on.
See, now that I can't do.
I think it's because, I mean, he's struggled over the years with academics. I think he's much better now, but I wonder if it was easier for him to understand when reading the words and listening at the same time. I don't know.
I mean, our brains do work like that. So
yeah, and I'm sure some brains work like that more than others.
And now I really read the words when, like, I'm laying in bed trying to fall asleep. Or actually, I'm not trying to. I fall asleep. I'm just relaxing, and then I'll read because I have the volume off.
Oh,
because otherwise Natalie won't ever fall asleep.
Yeah, I usually put it really softly.
So really, Megan can still hear it. Sneeze. Do it.
Try.
Do it on air. Come on, sneeze. Sneeze. Oh, you lost it.
You asshole! Oh!
I stole your sneeze.
I
stole your sneeze. Yes, it's gone.
It was so good. It was going to be awesome on the show, and it's gone. Oh, I'm so mad.
I'm so happy.
Disrespectful.
Ooh.
You like that one?
Look at you go.
That's from our other show.
You are like, whoa.
What happened?
I just got way close. I'm way high. I was like, ah.
Yeah, you got to laugh like this.
No, I was yelling at you. Just saying that's how you're spending all your time now. Making cool little.
Yeah, I don't work anymore. I just sit in this office. I was in here a lot today. A lot. I went out for like 30 minutes and then came home. Anyways, I'd like to thank our patrons. I don't know why.
Did we?
No, we didn't. The ad turned into something else. Joe P, Kate K, Lisa K, Megan D, Adam S, Chrissy D, and Joe P. My episode is coming out soon, so we'll have to drop that.
When is that coming out?
I think in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think in 2 weeks.
Because it has some news in there, which you're going to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about tonight.
Maybe talk about tonight.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's no show plan here.
I mean, we're about 14 minutes in, and we haven't even got to stories.
Timestamp half of a drink.
What?
Yep. For everybody else, not you.
The drinking game for Mike is if he says, so anyways, people will be blitzed. They will be like that lady in Saugatuck. Oh my gosh.
if they would drink to sew anyways.
Oh my gosh. So drunk.
At 6:30 p.m.
I actually honestly genuinely feel bad for her. She has I mean, have I been that drunk at 6:20 on a I mean, it is a weekend night, so at least for that. It's not like a Tuesday night and we're having dinner. But that's real early. Maybe
Yeah.
she day drank. Maybe she watched a football game.
Maybe she goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night, and that's really late for her. I don't know.
Anyways.
So, anyways.
Oh,
you said anyways.
I know, but I didn't say so.
Anyways. Jason, tell us about Weed and Feed this week.
All right. You get to pick what I talk about.
Sweet.
Weed and Feed. Yeah, I quit.
How was it?
It was awkward.
Do you want to tell them more about it? Because like you've told me a little bit about what you did.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the actual day.
Oh yeah,
how I mean, I finally made the decision. Basically they had called and said my W-2 was in. Do you want me to mail it or do you want me? Yeah, Megan says what? I'm pretty sure she's behind on episodes and hasn't listened since December.
Yeah, Megan.
So, because I've been hinting on this since like the first episode of the year. But yeah, W-2s, you want to pick them up? And I was like, all right, opportunity.
Perfect
like
time.
I got a reason to go out there. So I drive out there. And my buddy Paul was going there too. So I texted him and make sure he was gone just because I didn't want it to be awkward. And then I go up in the damn administrative assistant's there. Now, I don't know her much because they hired her late fall this year.
Oh.
So it's like, whatever. But I couldn't do it in front of her. So we shot the shit for 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah. And it was right around lunch. So I was hoping she was going to be like, oh, I'm going to go to lunch. I'm like, hey, just want to chat. Like, I wasn't going to shoot the shit. I was going to walk in. It's like, hey, how are things? Good. Yeah, things are good. Hope your family's doing well. Hey, I just want to say, I was going to, me, in and out. In and out. That's what she said. And so we shot the shit for 20 minutes, building this rapport. And then finally I'm like, hey, can I talk to you outside a minute? He knew.
He had to know, right?
He knew. I mean, I've had a couple of times where I've talked about it a bunch of times that I'm getting antsy. And I've quit once and came back a month later. But I just said, hey, man, this is where I'm at. It's not about the money. I want to do something that I want to do. I'm not getting younger and it's time. I said, it's nothing to you guys. You've been nothing but incredible. Paid me well. All the, the bullshit. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to circle back in a couple weeks. I'm like, we're not going to hire anybody, and of course he would, because look at last time, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
Yeah. And then I had opened my W-2 before I talked to him and I was like,
oh no.
I made this from March 15th through October 15th.
Oh. So did you almost not want to quit then once you saw that?
No, but I for days afterwards, I definitely was second guessing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that I talk about it now, maybe a little bit too.
Really? Even as we're talking?
It's tough, man. Like, everything's fine now, right? So I look at it like it's fine, it'll be fine. I'm literally just doing gig work and editing now. If I add bus driving, gig work, and editing, I mean, we should be fine. Now, I'm laid off in the summer from bus driving, but whatever. I'm laid off 6 months a year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, everything is fine. We're doing everything we normally do. We haven't really cut back, but it's still that certainty of money.
Correct.
And that's, one of the reasons I'm doing the bus driving, but that's not even going to come close to what Weed and Feed was.
Correct. And like before you would do gig, but you knew spring was coming.
Exactly.
So like, even if you didn't feel like really going out or you blew a little extra money.
Yeah. A month later, I'd be back making bank and
you're like, okay, it's fine. I'm good.
100%.
So does that make the January blues of gig a little harder this year?
No, because I feel like I started bus training. So I mean, I'm not, did I tell? Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to hold, it's too raw, or it's not bad, but it's just like, it's too new at the bus barn. So I don't want to talk shit, get hit.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to fuck around and find out. But anyways, I'm not getting paid till February 9th from everything I've done for Granville in January.
Okay.
So that sucks, right?
Yep.
They have a weird, it's not like 2 weeks automatically. It's this weird thing. They do everything via paperwork.
Like you're gonna get a paper check?
No, you get direct deposit, but like there's no clock, there's no badging. You literally write on a piece of paper, I worked 4 hours.
Oh,
You sign it and you turn it into the lady that does payroll, and then she puts in a spreadsheet, and then she forwards the spreadsheet to pay to the main payroll.
wow.
There's no electronics. The funny thing is, back in the day, apparently they did have it, but then they got away from it. So, and every school's like that.
Really?
Mhm.
It was just easier to do it by paper.
I don't think it's easier. I just think somebody didn't like it at administration at one point, and they've never bought into a system.
And just gone backwards.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
so how did you feel in that moment after you broke the news to him?
Sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like you wanted to throw up right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the money, though.
Okay.
It's not like, and I'm gonna miss them, of course, but I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling more confident about it. I mean, if I wasn't feeling confident, I wouldn't. And like Megan even said, you've been talking about it. You've thought this through. This has been a 6-week process. You didn't get a wild hair say, I'm bored, I'm quitting, I'm doing this. This has gone on for long.
Yeah. And you've been doing the work of even bus training and all of that.
Yeah.
Versus like,
I'm just doing gig work and editing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like
so
I have a plan.
Yeah. Like, and you've shown like you'll do the work of that. How did your boss, you said like he was just kind of about it, or do you think he doesn't really believe it yet?
I think it's a little bit of both. And they're very non-emotional. They don't get upset. Yeah. And it's fine. Everyone has their thing. And so I wouldn't expect him. I could see a little bit of disappointment, but just like, oh man, because I mean, I'm not going to brag. I'm the best employee. I don't produce as much, but my quality is better.
Okay.
And they know that. And I've always trained people. I've always been a leader. Like I've always been honest. I've always been like, I've done right by them. And they're just like, eh.
And now they have to hire 2 people to replace you.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Somebody to do it and somebody to fix it.
We already have that going on.
Isn't that how it works? So there's always that person. You're like, well,
there is that person there, and it's not me.
And now there's gonna be 2 of them. That's what he was really sad about. He probably went home and cried that night. I'm gonna have to fix all this stuff.
And it's funny. They increased their wages, they increased the bonuses, tried to keep people from leaving, which is really smart. And I don't think it wasn't the money.
Correct.
It's not the money.
Because if it was the money, you'd be back there.
100%.
But it's about the freedom, doing what you want and making a difference.
There you go. That's it.
Boom. Bada bing.
Oh, and I won't talk about that. I got to be careful. I know. I'm not in the union yet. I got to be careful.
Oh.
There's a story about that too.
Which one do you want?
I want to go old man.
Old man. Jason Gerald.
Yes, sir.
I have officially become an old man, and I love it.
What?
I go to bed now before 10 p.m. My goal is to be in bed before 10. I did that all last week. The most glorious thing.
Question.
Yeah.
There was a time back in late fall, early winter that you went back to, you started doing that for whatever reason. Did you get sick? Was it when you got fired, there was something where you went to that early schedule, but then stopped and got back into the late one again? Don't you remember that?
No.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
It is true.
I just don't remember it.
That's okay.
You could text Natalie on that one.
Yeah. But so, okay, tell me more about that.
It's just glorious. And then at 6:15, I'll wake up, I'll pray, I'll read the Bible. But at 6:15, I'm like, let's wake up, let's have coffee.
Yeah, when you're going to bed at 10.
Well, yeah, trying to be in bed at 10. It's
okay.
amazing. It's like last night, I didn't fall asleep till later because I was not that tired. But I was like, this is glorious.
It is.
I want to be the old man. Old man life is amazing. Yeah. I want more of it.
And isn't the time in the morning like
so peaceful?
Yes, no one's up.
The first 45 minutes, and then I hear Cam, he has a loft bed. I hear him go kaplunk.
Yep.
And then Natalie gets up. I'm like,
and then you cry.
I don't cry. But I'm like, okay.
The silence is over.
Chaos comes. Here comes chaos. And then our dog comes, right?
Yeah.
So here comes chaos, is what I say.
Yeah. No, I enjoy that time. I mean, I don't need to get up at 5:30, but I get up at 5:30.
Even now?
Yeah, Sully gets up at 6 on band days.
So you have 30 minutes before him.
Mhm.
5:30.
It's not enough either.
Yeah.
When he gets up at 7, I still get up at 5:30. I might snooze and go 5:45, but, like, Avery is fine. That her noise doesn't bother me because I don't have to be responsible for
Yeah.
her. She can do her own thing, but nope, get up at 5:30, get the dogs out, let them go pee, and drink my coffee.
Sometimes my dog comes with me, and sometimes she's tired,
Yeah.
and she just stays
Well,
buried
it's
under the blankets.
new schedule, bro. Like,
Yeah, but normally she'd be trying to wake us up early.
oh,
But
really?
now, since I'm getting up, sometimes she'll come with, and sometimes she'll just be buried under the blankets.
That's hilarious.
You see a little snoot.
Well, welcome to the club.
I
You are
know.
going to be 40 next year?
Next year, August
Okay.
25,
Okay. So, like 2024, right?
2024.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
Boom.
you're here a
I'm-
little early.
I'm getting prepped for it, and I'm excited for it.
I'm glad you enjoyed the morning time.
What else do I need to prepare for being an old man? Other than peeing 6 times a night.
That's huge.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I mean, when you have to, well, I was surprised you limit your caffeine. That was a shock to me.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
something I mean, as I'm drinking it now, that's something that I had to work on.
You're gonna be paying for that one.
I don't know. I was up at 5:30. I mean, I'll be tired.
Maybe. Okay. Anything else?
No, you already got the creeks, I'm sure, just like I do. But
Yeah, love the creeks.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the pee because our bedroom's upstairs, bathroom downstairs, and lately I've been getting up 0 times a night. Used to be 1, now it's 0.
Here's a question: would Natalie frown upon putting like some sort of device in the wall that you could piss in, and it just goes down to the what the fuck, the driveway?
Well, I mean, our bedroom window faces over the driveway. I could just open up the window.
No,
And
because
just
you're
piss
gonna
right
let
out.
cold in. You need something that's
No,
small.
it is open now. We have our window open with a fan.
Oh my gosh,
Yes, we are
Anyways,
those people with like double comforters.
is it because the heat rises so much and it gets hot up there?
No, it just feels amazing. You have cold air touch your skin, and then you're buried under.
The sill's too big. You won't be able to clear it.
I could do it.
You have to stick your penis over the sill. Like if you can't.
Oh, and I'm also gonna be older, right? It's gonna dribble.
Yeah, you're gonna have the drip. You need something that you can just, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know speaking of weed and feed, my bosses, they have probably $1.5 million house. You walk right in, they have 4 boys and a girl right in the wall. They put it in there when they built the house. Isn't that incredible?
So their boys can just
I want one down here so bad, even though my bathroom's 10 steps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Chris Bruinsma put a urinal in here.
So you guys aren't friends because he's too conservative.
He called me and I never returned his call.
Jason Gerald.
I'm so fucking dead.
After talking about him being too conservative to be friends with you anymore.
That's a lie. Someone be my accountability partner, not Mike, because he's a dick. To remind me to call Chris B.
Can you not put it in here? Can you put it just outside the door or outside the door that way?
Well, no,
because urinals stink.
But I want it to go. I just want a urinal just to drain outside there.
But it's gonna stink.
I mean, well, I'll clean it.
No, you won't. You don't clean your bathroom now when I come over.
Yeah, I do. I have a cleaning lady.
You don't clean it.
No, I don't.
You're gonna have her clean your.
We
your
do leave
urinal.
our piss in there and don't flush to save water.
I know that part, but yeah. Anyways,
all right, moving on. Jeez.
Check-ins.
So I was hoping you didn't grab this one, but so apparently we're doing some different things with check-ins. I don't remember. So I'm going to have to circle back on that because I texted Megan, but she was busy at work today. Maybe she texted. No, she didn't text.
So you guys wrote it down.
No, we didn't write it down. We talked about it. I think. Remember we talked about how she thought it was getting a little ruddy. It had something to do with that.
Or stale would be another word for ruddy.
Yeah, stale. It was some of that. I'm gonna circle back on that because I don't quite remember, but I think we agreed on something, and it's more of like changing when we do it. And yeah, I'm digging myself a hole, so not that it's bad.
This is fun. Let's keep digging a hole.
No, I mean I don't have anything else.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be on Monday nights yet? Are you not gonna try to do it every week at the same time?
We're trying to do it every week, but yeah, I think that part is what part of it is like trying to come home on Mondays when she works, I record. Is it as genuine as it can be? So I think we're going to be like looking at our week and be like, all right, I think this would be a good time to do it. You know what I mean? Where I'm home, she didn't work. We're not bustling kids around.
And that changes every week with her schedule.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it just needs to be intentional that we change it or that we schedule it that
So
way.
now you're gonna have Monday nights free. So
I mean, she doesn't work every Monday.
we're not gonna
She
tell
works
people
a lot though.
we're not gonna tell people why you'll have Mondays free. We'll just let them think about why.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's just let them stew on that.
Yeah. Big changes coming.
Let's be a big jerk like that.
Big changes. Megan did comment about 7 minutes ago about blue ball in the audience. So that's perfect, Mike. That's perfect.
I'm pulling it, Jason. Jason started 3 stories. No, shouldn't say that.
I started like 7 stories. All right, moving on. The school from hell.
No.
Oh, what?
You didn't do one yet.
I mean, I kind of did.
You said I'm circling back to it.
No, the school from hell. You're up.
So, anyways, I wasn't going to really.
You started to though.
No,
again. Or are you trying to think of the words without?
I'm trying to think how to transition this. A few years ago, we decided to send Cam to a Christian school, and it's always one of those. Like I think I talked last episode. My dad's brothers and their weirdness towards it.
Yeah, that was strange.
I also went to Hudsonville Public, and I hated Unity Christian.
I'm sorry.
And all of you rich spoiled kids who had great parties. Anyways, I always had that in there. So we decided to send Cam there, and he had basketball. He's on the high school team, even though he's a 7th grader. He's been just practicing with them. And so he ended up going to the game, didn't dress up to play, but was there.
On the bench or just like in the
bench? And in the bench. And we went along because we wanted to support him.
Good dad.
Yada, yada, yada. I know, awesome dad. Dad of the year. Pat myself in the back.
All right, now you just now you take it away.
Didn't pull a muscle. Oh, I pulled a muscle. And so we're there, and it starts off. It's like, okay, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be this, and this team were some of the worst human beings ever.
Really?
And again, some of it I think is because Cam School works so much on the character of the students. Of this is how we act. Even the basketball,
super important.
Even the basketball team, we do not act this way. If a ref makes a bad call, we don't go what to the ref. We don't do that. This school was doing all of that. There were flagrant fouls. There was doing this, and now Cam's team is mostly eighth graders with 3 actual high schoolers. The oldest being 10th grade, because the school is so small in high school. They pull up 7th and 8th graders.
Wow!
And towards the end, this other team had whomped them, and one kid from lacrosse was like, Mom, take a picture of that scoreboard, because they want Cam's school by quite a bit. I'm like, you're playing 8th graders.
Did they know that though?
You can tell. And they're just a dirty team. And I'm like, I'm really glad we send Cam where we do.
So you're saying it wasn't a Christian school?
It was a prep school, but not a Christian school.
What does that mean?
It's like a college prep school. It's a special school for that. But anyways, it was just...
Oh, so it's rich playing rich?
No. It was just one of those weird moments that was just like, I'm glad that he's where he's at, because the way they're behaving, I would be embarrassed if my kid was on their team doing what they're doing. I mean, just dirty fouls. That should not happen in high school.
So, yeah, that's so interesting. So part of sports, at least, it seems more prevalent now because of the way, I don't know, society is, but is teaching those kids the manners and the good sportsmanship. It's not all about just the sport.
But it's not I've heard more in West Michigan of where parents have gotten in fights with other parents.
Yeah,
where
parents
cops have had to be. I think in Grand Haven they just had.
Yeah, it was a girl. It was Granville in Grand Haven, and it wasn't a Granville that did it. It was a Grand Haven player.
Oh, there's some that happened with, I think, East Kentwood and Grand Haven. East Kentwood punched the Grand Haven girl in the back of the head and then the front of the head.
Maybe it wasn't Granville.
And then parents got into it. It's like, I think that's becoming more of the common.
I think the parent thing is becoming more common.
Yeah,
for sure. But I don't know. I just think that's part of like being on a team is talking about sportsmanship and not tolerating that kind of stuff.
Well, because even the other team, they were up pretty high and they started to fight in their own team. Like, you're winning. Like, usually when a team's losing, like, they'll get a little snippy.
Yeah, they get frustrated.
Yeah, Cam's school was the opposite. They're supporting each other, and then the team winning was fighting with each other. Like, and
they got bigger problems.
There's one point where the ref had to step in and stop them from fighting with each other. Not like punch, but like arguing with each other. You're like, what in the world, school?
Like, were they up at like 20?
20, 30 at points. I know. And you're like, you are up so much. Why are you fighting with each other?
And honestly, at that age, even at high school level, I think it boils down to the coach. Clearly, the coach is a piece of shit.
Coach and parents.
Yeah. I mean, but at least with the parents, you go like, that may be your home. This is how we operate here. If you don't like it, you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's clearly a lot of coaching.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, so even, Cam's school, the one of their guys fouled some guy a little hard way, maybe a little where you weren't supposed to, and the coach pulled him immediately. And it was even his own son. He's like, sit.
Yeah.
Because again, but that's character building. Because again, right? They're high schoolers. Your emotions get most of you. You foul hard.
Yeah.
Oh, you're benched. The other team was like, keep going. So, anyways,
you're thinking about making baskets and laying pipe. That's the only thing you're thinking about.
Oh, Jason.
I thought about that like 60 seconds before. I was just waiting for. No, I thought of that.
You weren't paying attention the last bit. You're like, what?
Probably the last 15 seconds, I was not paying attention to whatever you're saying.
Jason Gerald, tell me about a vet.
Yeah, Franklin went to the vet today. He noticed he was crated when you got here. This dumb dog. Of course, I get a dog with anxiety. Like, he's got so much anxiety. So he ended up losing a little weight because he was overweight. And the collar he had, I don't know, the fabric rubbed off and the plastic was poking. So the collar was moving around. It created a hot spot, which then he rubbed all weekend. He's crying and like won't sit still. So yeah, I had to take him to the vet. They had to shave it all down. So it started out this little hot spot, like the size of a quarter. Megan got that to heal, but meanwhile it was itching. So the rest of his neck is all jacked up. So nothing crazy story, just something I had to do today this morning. Oh, I went out twice today.
So anxious dog.
Yeah. So like even
COVID dog?
No, it was right before. No, it was about a year before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a dog that when you first got him home, everyone was home.
Yeah. No. So it's crazy. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, it actually wasn't that bad. It was $160. And they got a he got a steroid shot, antibiotic, and a topical, and the vet visit. So I guess it wasn't too bad, but it's just like, of course, then he gets there. He loves the vet.
Oh.
Because he goes grooming there, and Isabel is there. And Isabel is his favorite because I think Isabel treats the shit out of him. Like, he's in there wagging his tail, and they're like I called immediately at 7:30, and they're like, yeah, we can get you 8:30. And then they're probably looking at me like, he's just chilling. He's laying on the ground, just yep, looking around. Mother effer. So anyways.
So they have to cone him or put mittens on him? I'm like, how else do you get him to stop scratching?
I know. Well, so he couldn't reach it for one. So what he does is he rubs as I run away from the mic, he rubs his neck all over the floor and the deck.
Okay.
So it like gets all raw. But no, they can't put a cone on because it's right around his neck. So maybe a t-shirt. We could put a t-shirt on him.
You should.
We did when he had his surgery a couple years ago.
What surgery?
Did you not? Do you remember that?
No.
You weren't part of the show yet, but he ate either a mole or a chipmunk. Then it died inside of him, and it got stuck in his digestive tract, and they had to fillet him open and clean it out and remove some of his intestines.
How much did that cost you?
$2,500.
So that okay. I wasn't around then. Was it borderline? You were thinking we're gonna part ways? I
did actually have insurance at that time. So I only ended up paying like $500.
Okay.
But I got rid of the insurance.
After that.
Well, yeah, because I got the second dog and we had insurance. I'm like, you know what? We can cash flow this. Like, I will never get rid of a dog.
What is the max you would pay?
There is not.
There has to be.
No.
$20,000.
What's going to be $20,000?
I don't know cancer treatments.
No, it's not going to be $20,000.
$10,000.
If the dog was old and got cancer, I would not spend money on the treatments. I would make him comfortable. But if he was 2 years old,
you'd spend $10,000.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go back to Weed Feed.
Yeah. I mean, yep.
You call him back. You're like, my dog
has cancer,
and so I need a job back. They'll be like, oh, just fire the person you hired. You know,
yeah,
they're not
you know that
they're not as good as me.
Hey, you're out. I'm in. See ya. Thanks for filling in for 6 months. I'm back, bitch. Wouldn't that be so funny?
That'd be awesome.
That would be incredible.
That'd be the best show too.
Oh my gosh.
Tape it. If that ever happens, film it with your camera.
All
with
right.
your phone.
I will. Ruck, yeah.
I went rucking on Friday with a friend. It was a great time. The problem is, I tried his backpack, which is a Go Ruck backpack.
Oh, a legit like the brand Go Ruck.
Yeah, this was afterwards. So I had 20 in mine. I didn't bend a long time. I knew it'd kill me as it was. It killed me. He had 35. I put on the 35 in that. I was like, yeah, this is so much nicer.
Was it nice?
It felt like less on my back. It felt like less than 20.
I know they're built for rucking. Like the backpacks we have. I mean, they're kind of.
Yeah, they work.
They work.
But like I was like, this is 35 pounds, so almost double the weight I have, and it sits up just perfect. And you're like, it doesn't even feel like that on my back. So like we actually could have done the long ruck, like you and I,
yeah,
with 40 pounds one of those, and it would have been way less painful.
Question: are you interested in saving for one of those? Because they're like $300-400, aren't they?
They're like 250.
That's probably that starts at 250, right?
No, there's some now 180, but but
okay.
they're little, and on me it looks like a little kid's backpack. It does. He had one that was smaller in his trunk. He has multiple of them. I put it on him. Like I looked in his glass. I was like, yeah.
But as long as it fits, who cares?
No, but it's like one of those. It's just so bad.
Is it that bad?
And it's just it feels little, and it's little.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's just like one of those. It was fun to be out rucking again. It was the same one, Upper Mac, which we used to do.
It kind of piques my interest to get back into it. Like it wasn't the workout. It was just, I've always had upper back problems.
Yeah.
It was just like, God, do I want to go back to that again?
Everything about it, even the straps are more padded. It puts the weight at the right height.
Hey,
I know.
I got an idea. We'll go halvesies. No, listen.
Trade it back.
No, we'll go halvesies to try it. We'll each try it. And if we like it, then one of us can buy the rest of the half, and then the other one can decide. You know what I mean? Then we're not out like
already put it on. It's so beautiful.
You should get one.
It's kind of like Nike shoes to like your like wide toe ones.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those or even just a good running shoe from like just a cheap old Nike.
Okay.
It's one of those where you're like, oh, this is why you have none of that back pain.
You go, you go from Nike Freeze to a Hoka that's like cloud, like you're running on clouds.
You're like, oh, this is why people can run half marathons and not die. Because there's that's how it was. So it was good. It was good to be out there, able to vent. This guy's a youth pastor. So able to just talk. Lung butter.
Oh, I was like, why are we throwing
I made
coasters?
It all the way without lung butter.
I was just glad you paused it and so I could clean it up in post.
I'm just mad about lung butter. Don't edit it out. Start drinking, people.
Megan, put Threads podcast on it. Call it a business expense. Well, we got to have $400 to do it. You know what I mean? That's we're going to need about 10 more Patreon.
More
members.
Patreons. Let's go. Let's go, Patreons. It was good to be out there. Good, but it made me wet and expensive.
Well, you got a birthday coming up. August.
That's 8 months away. Just start saving. That's too far.
It's too far away.
Start saving dollars. Just
Father's Day?
Yeah, there you go. Father's Day gifts. That's almost my birthday though.
No, it's not. It's June.
But that's only 2 months away.
Clearly Mike wants it. You can tell by the way he's fighting the dates.
Do.
He really
I know.
wants it.
I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen. Jason, Trip, Meg.
Yeah, so this comes out on Monday. We'll already be back, but we're going on a trip to Florida.
Ooh.
We're leaving in 2 days. Podfest. That's what it's called. Won tickets through a Christmas giveaway in one of the editing Facebook groups that I'm in. And
that's a second gift you won. You won 2 gifts in these things.
Yeah, the one I won from you was actually from something different, but it was from a Facebook group. And which is weird that I won it because the guy that runs the Facebook group, I work for him. That's who I sub for.
Do you think he knew that?
Oh, he probably did a randomizer and that was my name. I mean, if it were, no one knows, and no one's going to listen to the show in that group, but no one knows that we work together.
Okay.
he had posted something like 2 years ago, and it had to be you had to work with Hindi because you can transfer files really easy. And I'm like, I work with Hindi. He's like, let's go.
Sweet.
So, anyways, so yeah, I won tickets. I would not have bought tickets to this, but yeah, we're going to Florida, and Megan and I have history with traveling together.
Explain.
Well, I'm just a dick. I mean,
Well
that's,
put.
I mean,
Yep.
cut, print, ship. It's done. The show's done. No, yeah, I have a lot of anxiety with around a lot of people, and I've definitely worked on that. So she has a lot of history. And so did we talk about in the show how I went really cheap on the plane tickets and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at that point. We ended up upgrading to a carry-on for $163. Now, mind you,
For each person.
no, just for one, for round trip, $163. Mind you, the ticket was $188 for round trip.
So you doubled the price.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only for one carry-on, not for each of us, for one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were gonna do carry-ons for each, or double each of your tickets.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. So anyways, so we get this carry-on, we're measuring it and everything, and Megan's hyper focused on like it's got to be everything perfect, and I'm like, I'll just bring a backpack. What, that's one thing I talked to my boss about. They're like, we do Allegiant and Frontier all the time. They're not going to care about a backpack.
Okay.
And I'm like, so when I heard that, I'm like, I'll just bring a backpack. Megan, you can have the whole suitcase. But she became hyper focused on that. We ended up having a huge discussion yesterday because I was like, I was like, it's okay. Like, she's like, oh, I'm worried about that. You're going to freak out. I'm like, I'm not going to freak out. I'm like, what's the worst going to happen? They're going to charge us. What are we going to do? Not fly? We'll just pay it and we'll deal with it later. It's not going to ruin our trip. I kept giving these positive reinforcements that it's fine. I'm not going to freak out. Like, not once I had an issue with any of it. It just didn't stick.
Just trauma
From the history of it. And like, we ended up getting a long discussion yesterday. It wasn't really a huge fight, but it was just like, you gotta, you're so focused on this, and it's like, it's a small issue. If it happens, we'll just pay extra and fucking be done with it.
160 extra.
I'm like, at that point, what are we gonna do?
Like, no, we're not gonna go after we spend all this money on hotels.
Yeah, exactly. And
other tickets.
Oh yeah, the Airbnb canceled on us yesterday too, 3 days before.
Okay,
so that's fun. This has been a shit show.
Can we talk about Airbnb? Should Airbnb still exist?
I think it should. Can I give you my scenario why I think she canceled? So I booked a trip. She has no reviews. Oh. I didn't realize that until later, which is dumb for me because I'm typically a pretty good guy looking at reviews.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Looked really forward to it. Typically, you've used Airbnb. The messaging from the host is usually like, that's what they want. And Airbnb prompts you to leave the initial message. Leave the initial message, crickets. Now, I booked this in I'll be like mid-December. So plenty of time. Nothing. I got nothing from her. About a week ago, I sent a message like, hey, just checking in. We're still good. And crickets. So like 4 days ago, I went to support and I was like, hey, so they finally got a hold of her and they're like, hey, I got a hold of her and such. Here's her phone number, blah, blah, blah. An hour later, she canceled the Airbnb.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if she was like, these people are going to be a problem, which I wasn't rude. I just said, hey, just checking. Like,
because the worst thing would be to get to Florida.
Exactly.
And
we flying in late. We're getting in at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
And you'd find nothing. And then,
then we'd be standing there with, what's in our hands, trying to find a hotel.
Yeah.
So
I think Airbnb, the more I hear stories of $300 cleaning fees and all this stuff, they just need to be done with.
But I mean, Airbnb puts it out there. You know what the cleaning fees is before you go in there.
I think the price listed should be
That's what it is.
Everything but taxes.
That's what it is.
But it is per night and then a cleaning fee, doesn't it?
Correct. But you know what you're going to pay when you check out. Like,
I get when you check out. But I think the price they list per night should be the price it is with all in.
Because you just want them to hide it?
No, instead of hiding it. Because
they're going to take the $100 cleaning fee and just put it into the price of the...
Yeah, but then these people know. Because some places are getting $300 cleaning fees It's almost like you're doing chores to go on vacation now at Airbnb.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, I guess I don't understand the difference of if it says $300 there or if they put it in the price of the
Because
night.
if you're searching through and you're looking like, oh, that's a good price on, oh nope, it's $300 cleaning.
Well, they've rechanged their thing. It says everything before you click on
does
it.
it now even before
It says like basically an out the door price.
Oh, so it used to be a little more hidden.
Yes, you're right.
You click on the property and
then you go in there and you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah, $200 cleaning fee. And then you're like, yeah, strip the linens, do this. I'm like, or I can go to a hotel and I can, not trash it, but not ultra care about it.
Yeah.
And it's $90.
We did book with a hotel.
Oh, now that
we rebooked. They gave us a $67. I don't know where they came up with that number. Probably because it was going to be $670 for the Airbnb, so it's 10% coupon to rebook. They called me.
Oh, they're wanting,
yeah. And I was planning on it. Then I went, and there just wasn't a ton available. So I was like, all right, we're going to a hotel.
Yeah, look at you go.
Well, the hotel has this place had the pool. The place we were going to had a pool, like not like Megan. She burns in the sun, but she wanted to sit next to the pool.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a pool. I'm like, we should just go to a hotel because I couldn't find anything else with a pool. So
look at you go. Now, are you planning on actually doing the podcast seminars?
So Thursday, not much. Friday and Saturday are pretty full.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go to the parties at night.
Party.
Nah, Megan and I want to try to get some ink. I got 3 places that I've got lined up that I'm going to call. I'm like, hey, this is what I got. You got anything open?
Are you going to do the one where it looks like a shadow or whatever I sent you?
Oh, that was really cool.
Or what was it?
It was the lizard, and it had the shadow.
Oh, yeah.
There's one I saw. It's of a Care Bear, and it literally looks like fabric. It's incredible. If I can find it, I will share it. It is so. Are you teasing me?
No, I'm like, that's amazing, but that's crazy. The fabric.
No, it looks like fabric. Like my tattoos are just bitch ones. I mean, my guy does a good job, but like, I'm like, how much? That must have cost $2,000.
Oh yeah, because the amount of shading has to be insane.
Oh yeah, and then the pricing down there, I'm like, oh, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like
you're gonna get the basic ones.
The base price, a minimum is $150.
Wow.
For like a 4x4 tattoo, which is still pretty good size.
But still,
4-inch by 4-inch, $150 to start.
Wow.
So I'm trying to find a Mickey with headphones just to get an idea. I can't find one online. No one's ever gotten that. So I'm like, I'm sure I can find one with the microphone, but I'm like, I wonder if this person they can drop shit quick. Like,
so Mickey, do you wonder if it's because of copyright that you don't see them?
Nah. Okay. There's tons of Mickeys. There was just not one with headphones.
Like podcasting headphones.
Yeah, just like these or those, or just like.
But if we switch from these to the ones that are inner ear, what are you gonna do? It's gonna look stupid then.
No, it's not.
Just messing.
Like the bolt steer on my back of my arm doesn't look stupid.
The what?
This fucking thing. You don't even know I got this.
No, what'd you get?
You don't even know my new ink. I got this like 2 months ago.
The steer?
Got Big Ben.
Yeah.
And I got this at the same time.
Why'd you get a steer?
So I was supposed to get it in Texas and it fell through. Like I ended up booking a hotel or a tattoo place 3 hours away.
Okay.
And I was like, whoops, that isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And then I never could find another one. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So each place I go, I'm going to get it.
Such a trumper now. You
Why?
look like a trumper because you have a steer.
You didn't even know I had it. And we're friends. No
one
one can even see it. Like even with a oh, whatever. That's not a Trump thing. It's a Texas thing.
Who do you think lives in Texas? Trumpers.
Yeah, but they all right. I don't have it.
Especially with the beard and all that. People are gonna you're gonna be out at the pool. They're gonna be like, mega. Whatever. What are the mega?
Well, I'm in Florida. That's Trump country too.
I know.
I mean, Mar-a-Lago, isn't that in Florida?
I believe so. I don't know.
You do know.
No.
You're a closet Trumper. Oh no, wait. You're a closet Amasher.
Libertarian.
All right. God dang.
Video game update. I've been playing video games instead of my phone as much. Loving it. I did a lot of Mario Kart.
Did you?
Getting 3 stars, and then I started Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Hey, you know what I found out about Nintendo Switch? You can buy a little adapter that lets you use the giant like Xbox remotes for your Nintendo Switch with very little lag.
You do not even need the adapter. I actually have one like that.
And you don't need the adapter?
No.
It just connects?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So I went on Amazon because Cam started playing games. I think it was basketball games last year. And you know how you can slide the 2 into like the one remote holder?
Correct. Yeah, we have that.
And that was weird.
It's still
yeah.
a little small.
So then we looked online and I got one for like under $20 and it worked.
Oh wow.
And then got another one.
Isn't
for me.
that incredible?
Oh,
Like
so much
those
better.
Nintendo Switches are so tiny. Like my thumbs cramp up.
Talk about my phone being little. Those are so little. It's like
I know. It's like Megan, I don't play Mario Kart with Megan because I hate the controllers, and she's a rock star on it too. So good.
Come on, Challenger.
You should get online, and then we could play from our houses.
Okay, you want to know what just happened last night?
Oh no,
we just got online.
You purchased it?
So
yeah.
So Cam and I. So Cam's right. He's a little bit older because you talked about it last year.
Yeah.
Cam's a little bit older, and he's like, Dad. So I've done this, and there's some games that Natalie wanted to play, like from old systems that you can only get with online. He's like, Dad, what if I pay $10 and you pay $10?
I'm sorry. Megan said that's what she said, and I'm like, I missed it. What did we say?
I don't know.
So you pay $10, he paid $10.
$10 for the year. We have it. It is on his profile because I don't.
Isn't it $35 a year
for the whole family with other ones? But it's just his profile. But then we'll play through his.
I mean, for $15, it's the whole family. Why don't you just? I mean, it's $15.
Yeah,
go do a shop and deliver at Walmart, and that covers it.
Yeah, it worked out. Because it doesn't give me anymore because like I don't play online any games.
True.
And if Mario Kart, I'd only play on his profile because you get all the stars and all the cars and all the wheels.
Okay, got you.
And if I had gone mine, it would lose it.
Makes sense. Anyways,
everybody
drink.
Everyone drink. I don't even know where
paused.
Don't know where we're going.
So video game. Okay, so that's good. Let's just jump into.
So Jason.
Everyone takes a drink when he says so Jason too.
Jason Gerald.
I need a snot rocket.
Yeah, I would say you need a snot rocket.
I know. I'm like ready to.
Why don't we just take a little second for you to get rid of that bug?
Nah, I'm good.
I don't want to hear that. Oh, here's.
I'm good. We only got we're already like an hour in.
Sniff it in. Get it into the throat.
Oh, I didn't get it all in.
Oh no.
That's what she said.
All right, let's go. That's good.
Wait, wouldn't that be what he said?
Yeah, that's true.
So before your boss, you texted me. You're like, "Hey, can you pray for me?" And you're like, "Well, actually, that's kind of weird, but will you pray for me?" I was like, "Yes, of course I can pray for you." So anyone who's listened to this show or received a lot of TikToks from you, you are on this journey. I'm going to say journey. This actually fits. Of trying to figure out the God thing. So we talked a little bit over Messenger. Do you still believe a God exists?
Yes, I do.
Of some higher power.
Correct.
And you think that prayer matters? Yeah, or is that just an old reflex?
I think it matters.
Okay.
I mean, so yeah, like I feel like all religions do it, whether you're a Buddhist or maybe not Buddhist, but like
Muslim,
yeah,
Jehovah's Witness,
yeah, all of them.
Mormon,
yeah, all of them do. So whatever your God is, you're praying to it. So I don't know if it's just something that people do that makes you feel better. Because like before I've started, before COVID, when I would pray, it felt like I was just asking for shit.
Yeah,
and I felt guilty.
Why?
Because it's like I remind me of my kid because that's all they do is ask for shit. You know what I mean? They don't say, "Hey, thanks for this. Like, I appreciate your whatever and this and those kind of things." And then when I think about prayer, I always think about, but like, what about the terrible shit? Like, what is it like when people say like it's God's will? Like, oh, it's God's will. My kid died of cancer. I prayed. It's like that's where the prayer thing is just like that's weird.
Yeah, but there's something in you though that still wants.
Yeah,
and that moment wanted prayer.
Yeah.
But now
because it brings me comfort.
Yeah. Where are you on because again, you believe there's a God. Where are you on the God of the Bible exists? Or are you kind of still past that or thinking past that or whatever?
I think I'm thinking past that a little bit. I always go back to, and I will defend this till the end, like how when someone said there isn't a God, I'm like, bro, have you looked at the human body? It's so complicated.
Yeah.
Like there's gotta be, it didn't just happen. We didn't evolve from apes. There's just no fucking way. Yep. And maybe I'm just ignorant. I don't know, but there's just no way. So that's keeping me, pulling me back in to be like, there's not a God. But then I'm like, wait a minute. This didn't just happen.
Yeah.
So
But you're on a journey. We're gonna keep using journey.
I love that word,
It's
Michael.
your favorite word. But it is. This is where it actually is needed. A journey of trying to figure out which God, or are you not even, does that not bother you right now? Which God exists?
It doesn't bother me. Like, I feel like I need some epiphany to happen. I'm like waiting for, like, when everyone says, like, in the movies, God, send me a signal. Like, I don't need him to come on down and, like, let's go have a Starbucks. But I feel like when the time comes, I think it will be there. And I haven't been looking for it. So maybe it has come and I haven't looked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, like someone comes into my life or whatever it is. I don't know.
What if it was like what happened in the Bible where an angel shows up?
Holy balls. That would be crazy.
Well, and everyone's like, "Oh, sweet little angel." No, angels are terrifying.
I would be terrified.
You'd piss your pants.
Well, I mean, it's just like everything. I think we've made everything like Jesus is a white man. You know what I mean? Or like Yogi the bear. No, that bear will mess you up. You do not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll swap
there's
your
a
head up.
word for that. Like, but yeah, I think an angel would be terrifying. I mean, it's like a ghost.
Well, or like a ghost, or like, and like they're part of God's army according to the Bible. Like if the Bible is true, then angels are like warriors for God.
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be freaky.
Can you imagine if you saw that, but you saw the other side too, the dark angel?
Yeah.
I think you would just die of fright.
I know there are people in my life who said they've seen dark angels, and just But again, I don't know.
I don't want to. I mean, I don't need that.
So you don't want an angel?
Well, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take anything. I'll take a dark angel. Let's go, MRF.
Wait, so if there's a dark angel, then you'll say
100%.
Okay,
100%.
That'd be cold.
Yeah, I have felt some stuff in my days. Like, I feel like, you know how you felt that cold, like when you talked about when the devil was really getting after you when you were working that. Like, I've felt that on both sides, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm not turned away, but I just
have questions and doubts.
I have questions, and then it's like, have I really put enough thought into it? Like, I'm going to say, well, I don't have the bandwidth for that. Well, that's bullshit, because if you want to, you can do it, just like anything.
Yeah, and you still have trauma attached.
But why haven't you done anything?
I've done anything with what?
Me.
What do you mean with you?
Just being that person, or whatever that is, whatever the definition of what I'm looking for.
What if it's me praying for it?
I don't know. You never talk about it. You're never serious about it. I'm like, no, I don't have to come to you. It's your job to come to me.
I am there for you, and I pray for you, and I prayed for you when you had the conversation with your boss.
Yeah. This is not a cut on you by any means. I'm just having a conversation. So I just often wonder why you don't. Are you afraid that it's going to affect our friendship?
No, I want to give you space to figure things out and be there for you when you have questions.
But I don't have anyone to figure it out.
Okay. That's good to know.
I mean, who's going to figure it out for me? I'm not going to church. I have no one else in my life that's religious.
But I found like if I were just to say religious stuff, if you're not actively seeking, it's not going to be helpful. Like somebody has to be like, hey, Mike, like I have questions about this.
Fair.
And then because they want to know, it's like anything. Like if I tell Cam basketball things like that he should be doing, it means nothing to him until he goes, Dad, like I want to get better. Should I be doing something?
Right. But your job as a leader of the Lord, don't know if that's the right saying, is just to be like, even just normal Christians are supposed to be like outreaching and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about bullshit outreach. Like if you knew somebody that was close, like, I don't know, just something to think about.
Yeah.
And like, and you would respect me if I said, hey, like, nah, I'm not down for this. I think you would be fine. And I would say that if I wasn't. And I'm not saying it's not like, I don't want to get a message from you on the way home. You know what I mean? Like when the Spirit moves you, if that is what happens, then that's what happens. But
yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I often wonder why you never bring it up.
I try to do it, like, again, same thing I said with Cam. Like if somebody's asking questions, of providing that instead of like shoving it down their throat.
Yeah.
Because it normally doesn't work. Like normally
no, it won't.
So where if you are asking questions, they're like, hey, will you pray for me? Yeah, of course I'll pray for you. But But if it's just randomly like, hey, Jason, here's a fact about Jesus today. That's not gonna like
No,
make you
you're right. But have you noted, like, okay, so I asked you to pray for me, and then you brought it up in here. So that's one way of bringing it up. So, but then like, I was like, hey, how'd your preaching go? And you're like, well, it wasn't preaching. And then I'm like,
I was
what an opportunity to like.
That's so funny that you heard that voice. I was just clarified because like preaching is totally different. But no, I get what you're saying.
Megan says, Jason, is that something you want Mike to do for you? What is this, like therapy? I mean, you're hearing what I'm saying, Megan. I mean, like, yes and no. Like, I don't want.
You're riding both ends of it. You're like, I want somebody.
Have you met me yet? Of course,
I want somebody, but I don't want it. I only want it the way I want it, what I want it. But except you have to read my mind.
Oh gosh, no. Then that sounds like a marriage.
You kind of are. You are like this close, which is fair. But you're that close.
No, I think I'm putting it out there because I do think about it. It's just like I don't know. You know, I don't know. That's the fucking. Sorry, it shouldn't be using the F word when I'm talking about religion. I apologize. That should be a drinking game.
Yeah, okay, drink too. People are gonna be so drunk
Megan's
after this.
Drunk right now. Megan to Neff, not my wife. Hopefully, she's coming home from work. But yeah, just a thought. I mean, I threw it out there. Whatever that means to you, and I'm not going to be offended if like you don't do it. I just often wonder, since you brought it up, like we talked about it, why you don't do anything. Or whatever you're doing. Like maybe there's stuff you are doing and I don't know.
Maybe
like you said,
sneaky.
I don't want a sneaky pastor. I already had a sneaky orthodontist and that didn't turn out well. Is this bad? This is so bad. Now, I want to say that everyone that was affected from him doing that, I do feel bad. And there's no local people that were affected. I don't know. I mean, but he had pictures. So obviously somewhere down the line, someone was affected. But Avery's like, oh man, my wisdom teeth are hurting. I'm like, oh, do you want to go to see Dr. Shannon? She's like, no, I'm not letting him put his hand. Where have his hands been? I was like, I know. Is it too soon? I don't know. It's too soon.
Jason Gerald.
I know. Isn't that bad?
Oh, you're such a terrible parent, but funny.
Well, this has been an interesting show. It's been all over the place. Good luck titling this.
You know, I was telling Natalie because she's your last show was. You know, I finally succeeded. This show is like two friends hanging out. Sometimes it goes weird and crazy, and sometimes deep and back and forth, and that's beautiful.
That's what she said.
No, it is beautiful. This show has definitely evolved
or de-evolved.
De-evolved. Depending how you look at it.
Yes. It's much more, should be natural. Like, this is what friends do when they hang out. And hopefully inspires you.
You know, and in defense of Ben, we were young, like, in the podcasting world. I think...
And it was a different podcasting world.
It was.
It was scripted.
It was more scripted. And I think honestly, if Ben was still the host and you came on, I think it would evolve into this anyways. Yeah. I think it was gonna head down that path.
You guys were heading down that, down that journey
for sure. We were kind of getting rid of interviews. We started. Shut up. Anyways, that's a good fine, and I should just cut it right there. Like from here on out, no, I'm not gonna save, and just the burp, and then that's gonna be the end of it. And then I'll just put a beep. ...
Please do.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. See ya.
Oh, Mike's leaving. Well, I'm going to record this anyways, just in case I decide not to. If you love the show, we would love for you to share it. Meaning, like, hit that share button. When you see it on Facebook, hit that like, hit that share button. Even make a comment. Like, this is the worst show I've ever seen. You can now review us on Spotify. What? This is a new thing. Breaking news.
Really?
I just did a Hey Guys episode, and I happened to be dicking around on Spotify. Figured out my problem, by the way, that I talked to you about yesterday. And you can rate. You cannot write anything, but you can rate. And they do not highlight it. You have to go to the podcast, all right, that you're on, all the way to the top. There's a little gear. And right next to that little gear or setting button, there's 3 little dots. You tap that, and there's a spot that says rate. And you can just 5-star, 1-star, 3-star, whatever, and no comment. But they don't even highlight it. So I think it's new, and they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah. So should I do 2 stars or 3 stars?
I mean, I would do at least 2. 3 that's pushing it.
5 seems like a lie.
It does seem like a lie. I was the first to review. But I tell you that you have to listen to a couple of episodes. Now, You have to play a couple before you can review.
Oh, so you can't just
Which is
hop on.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. So anyways, share the show, share this episode. If you'd like to follow us on Patreon, aka give us money so we can get rucking backpacks, go to patreon.com/Threads Podcast. And as always, join us in ridding the world of Facebook fake, Insta ickies, and Twitter takes by keeping the faith, doing your work, and live lifing.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered. Live lifing unfiltered. Bye. Wow.
Bye.
Megan D. Ringtone idea for Patreons. Snot rockets and burps. I like it. I like the way you think. All right. I'm not